The Power of Speaking Up, a Stoic Guide to Courage and Integrity. The Cost of Silence. Have you ever regretted not speaking up? Perhaps you witnessed something unjust but allowed fear to hold your words back. Maybe you hesitated to share an idea, only to watch the opportunity slip away. Silence, whether momentary or prolonged, often leaves behind a lingering question: what if I had spoken up? Stoicism teaches that silence is not always golden. There are moments when speaking out is not just an option, it is a responsibility. It is a duty to uphold integrity, defend truth, and contribute to meaningful change. Each time we choose courage over silence, we strengthen our character and reaffirm our values. Let's explore 5 critical situations where you should never remain silent. Timeless Stoic lessons that will empower you to live with purpose, bravery, and conviction. 1. Speak up when your boundaries are crossed. Your personal boundaries are a reflection of your self-worth and the principles you live by. Yet, how often do we allow others to push those limits, fearing that speaking up will create conflict? Over time, staying silent not only diminishes our sense of self-respect, but also enables others to continue disregarding our needs. Stoicism reminds us that setting boundaries is not an act of selfishness, it is an act of self-mastery. As Epictetus wisely stated, "No man is free who is not master of himself." To be in control of your life, you must stand firm in your values, not with hostility, but with calm conviction. Consider a professional setting where your colleagues consistently shift their workload onto you. Initially, you accept the extra tasks, hoping to foster goodwill. But as the demands grow, you begin to feel overworked and undervalued. The longer you remain silent, the more your frustration builds. This silence does not preserve harmony, it erodes it. By failing to set boundaries, you teach others that your time and energy are dispensable. Speaking up does not mean confrontation, it means asserting your needs with clarity and respect. A simple yet firm statement like, "I'm happy to help, but I need balance too," can shift the dynamic, fostering fairness rather than resentment. Seneca reminds us, "He who is brave is free." Courage is not about fighting battles, it is about standing firm in the face of discomfort. Each time you voice your boundaries, you assert your value and create relationships built on mutual respect. 2. Speak the truth to preserve your integrity. Truth is the foundation of a meaningful life, yet in difficult moments we often sacrifice honesty to avoid conflict or protect our own comfort. We fear the consequences of speaking out, convincing ourselves that silence is the safer path. But is it really? Or does it chip away at our integrity, one unspoken truth at a time? Marcus Aurelius advised, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." This principle reminds us that every choice we make, whether to speak or remain silent, reflects our character. Imagine witnessing a colleague being unfairly blamed for a mistake they didn't commit. You know the truth, but the fear of upsetting workplace dynamics holds you back. In that moment, silence is not neutrality, it is complicity. It allows wrongdoing to continue and signals that you are willing to accept it. Stoicism teaches that doing what is right is rarely the easiest path, but it is always the most meaningful. Epictetus stated, "Who then is invincible? The one who cannot be upset by anything outside their reasoned choice." The courage to speak truth is not about challenging others, it is about conquering your own fears. When you defend the truth, you cultivate trust, not only with others but also within yourself. Each act of honesty strengthens your integrity and reinforces your commitment to living a life of virtue. 3. Speak up against injustice. Injustice thrives in silence. Whether in small personal interactions or large societal issues, our willingness to speak out can be the difference between change and continued wrongdoing. The Stoics believed that virtue is not passive, it requires action. When we witness unfairness, our duty is to confront it. Seneca wrote, "Bravery is not the lack of fear, but the ability to act in spite of it." Fear may try to silence you, but courage demands that you rise above it. Think of historical moments where silence allowed injustice to persist, where entire societies looked the other way rather than standing against oppression. The lessons of the past remind us that silence is not merely inaction, it is endorsement. Every time we choose to speak up, we create the possibility of change. This does not mean acting recklessly or seeking conflict. Stoicism teaches that we must approach such situations with wisdom and composure. Speak with reason, not anger. Present your perspective with clarity, not hostility. In doing so, you become not just a voice of protest, but a 5. Speak up for yourself. Your dreams matter. How many dreams go unfulfilled because people are too afraid to voice them? How many ideas remain buried because of self-doubt? The Stoics teach that we are not here to live passively. We are here to create, to act, and to pursue what is meaningful. Seneca wrote dismally, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare, but because we do not dare that they are difficult." Often, the biggest barrier to achieving our goals is our own reluctance to speak up. If you have an idea, share it. If you want an opportunity, ask for it. If you have a passion, pursue it. Do not let the fear of judgment or failure keep you silent. The world does not reward hidden talent. It rewards those who are willing to step forward and claim their place. Final thoughts. The courage to use your voice. Each moment of silence is a choice. Sometimes silence is wise, but there are times when speaking up is an act of self-respect, an affirmation of truth, and a contribution to the greater good. The Stoics remind us that true freedom comes from bravery, not in the absence of fear, but in the decision to rise above it. As Seneca said, "He who is brave is free." The next time you hesitate to speak up, ask yourself, am I choosing silence out of wisdom or out of fear? If fear is holding you back, remember that your voice has power. Use it to protect your values, defend the truth, uplift others, and claim the life you deserve. The power of truth. Why? Honesty, accountability, and growth. Matter truth as the foundation of trust. In a world where truth is often sacrificed for convenience or fear, acts of honesty stand out as beacons of integrity. Trust cannot thrive without truth. Ask yourself, would you rather live in a community where dishonesty maintains a fragile harmony, or one where people have the courage to speak the truth, even when it's difficult? Defending the truth, however, is not about being harsh or confrontational. The art of honesty lies in delivering truth with wisdom and grace. Listen before you speak, choose your moment wisely, and communicate with sincerity. A well-timed, thoughtful truth can build bridges rather than create division. Before you speak, ask yourself, does this contribute to understanding, or does it create conflict? Am I speaking to uplift or to feed my ego? Stoicism teaches that standing for truth is not about winning arguments, but about living in alignment with our values. When you commit to honesty, you not only strengthen your own integrity, but also set a moral example for those around you. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one. Instead of debating what is right, act upon it. 1. Speak the truth to uphold integrity. Every day we face choices between comfort and integrity. An employee might ignore a colleague's misconduct to avoid conflict. A friend might hesitate to address an issue, fearing it could harm the relationship. But if you don't speak up, who will? Silence may preserve temporary peace, but over time it erodes trust. Defending the truth is not just a moral obligation, it's the key to a life of authenticity and meaning. Speaking up doesn't have to be aggressive. It can be done with tact and understanding. A simple approach like, I noticed something that might need attention. Can we take a closer look? Can open the door to resolution without creating unnecessary tension. The next time you're faced with the choice between speaking up or staying silent, Ask yourself, is my silence a reflection of wisdom or a way to avoid responsibility? Let honesty be the foundation of your dignity. To live a meaningful life is not to avoid challenges, but to meet them with courage and sincerity. When you choose truth, you inspire others to do the same. In a world where deception is common, your willingness to stand for what's right makes you a source of strength and integrity. 2. Correct mistakes to foster growth. Mistakes, if ignored, are like small cracks in a dam. They may seem insignificant at first, but over time they can lead to major consequences. Addressing errors isn't just about fixing what's wrong. It's about embracing responsibility and maintaining integrity. Stoicism teaches that confronting mistakes is an act of virtue and courage. Avoiding them is not just negligence, it's a betrayal of our highest ideals. Imagine working on a team project and noticing an error in the data. You hesitate. Will speaking up embarrass my colleague? Will it create tension? In that moment, silence seems like the easier option. But what happens when the flawed report is submitted? The mistake ripples outward, damaging trust and credibility. Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "If anyone can prove me wrong, I will gladly change, for I seek the truth, which never harmed anyone." Acknowledging mistakes is not about assigning blame, it's about pursuing truth for the sake of progress. How you correct a mistake makes all,